You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this broadcast of high school football on D9 and 10sports.com, where tonight we are at War Memorial Field in Warren, Pennsylvania for a matchup between the Warren Dragons and the visiting Meadville Bulldogs. Welcome in once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brian Hagberg here with you alongside Andy Close. And Andy, tonight we got a matchup. The Bulldogs come in at 3-1. Warren comes in at 1-2. Meadville's only loss on the year has been to Oil City. Oil City's been just a powerhouse in D10 so far this year. So what is Warren going to have to do to contend with the Bulldogs here tonight?
Well, Brian, it all starts up front. Oil City does a great job controlling the line of scrimmage. We saw that last week against Warren. Meadville does the same thing. They're going to run, they're going to run some more. This is a team that's had great running backs for years, dating back, of course, to current Penn State star Journey Brown, Antonio Ferraro, Isaiah Manning, and last year, Arian Cotterman and Hayden Parks. And so we're going to see a three-headed monster here again tonight for the Bulldogs. And if the Dragons want to contend in this one, they're going to have to. It's going to start up front.
Okay, Meadville comes in offensively scoring 45.8 points per game, only giving up 12.8 on defense. Warren, on the other hand, is struggling a little bit offensively. They're coming in averaging less than 12 points per game while giving up more than 33. Offensive leaders for Meadville are Kalon Simmons has 43 carries for 624 yards and 10 touchdowns on the year. And he's backed up by Tamaj Lyons Glover, 25 for 347 and 6 on the ground. And Griffin Bazell, 22 carries, 261 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the ground. And again, Andy, this is the same kind of attack that the Dragons faced last week against Oil City, and they could not slow that down at all. Oil City put up 61 points on them. Cam Russell led the way with over 200 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns. So how are the Dragons going to slow down Kalon Simmons here tonight?
Well, again, I hate to keep belaboring the point, but this starts at the line of scrimmage. And they, to be fair, they didn't do a bad job on the line of scrimmage, especially early in the game last week. Cam Russell was he's a special back, and we saw him make miss the most athletic Dragon defenders. Simmons is another kid at Lyons Glover, either big, strong, athletic back. So the key is containing them, gang tackling, and not letting them get loose on the outside.
Yeah, and for Warren offensively, they've got to find some kind of formula here, running the ball, passing the ball. They've got to find a way to sustain drives. Again, they're averaging less than 12 points per game as we come in here. And James Swanson seems to be the key to their offense. They did score 35 against Franklin, primarily from him touching the ball.
Yeah, James Swanson, as we get set for the anthem here, James Swanson's a kid the Dragons are going to have to get going here tonight. Big game against Franklin, a little bit limited last week, touches-wise.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here and get set for the national anthem when we come back. This is high school football on D9 and 10sports.com. So that was the Warren Dragon Marching Band with tonight's national anthem. And, Andy, we're looking at the forecast a little bit here tonight, and something that both teams are going to have to contend with here perhaps. They're calling for some rain showers here this evening.
Yep, rain probably right around halftime, if you believe the forecast, which We'll see. It certainly looks overcast here at War Memorial Field. Again, on this field turf, it's not going to make as big of a difference, but and especially with both teams wanting to run the ball, but you could see it play a factor in the second half.
Okay. And going back to the Warren offense here for just a moment, James Swanson is the leading ball carrier on the ground with 302 yards on 22 carries, has a couple of scores. Quarterback Micah Passmore has 30 carries for 106 and a touchdown. And Alex Borger has 15 carries on the year for 56 yards. One thing, Andy, the Dragons have tried to do but have not been successful thus far this year is passing the ball. Passmore's attempted 49 passes, completed just 16 of them. That's 32.7% for only 167 yards and an interception. If the Dragons are going to keep up with this high-powered Meadville offense, they've got to find a way to get Passmore in rhythm.
Brian, I look for that to change tonight. Micah's a capable passer. He these two teams met in the District 10 semifinals last year, and Warren actually put a scare into Meadville for about 2.5 quarters of that game, and they did it by and large with Micah Passmore's arm in the passing game, catching the Bulldogs off guard. So, again, Micah's a very capable passer, and I would expect that to change tonight.
Okay, so you have been listening to the Rehab Center pregame show here on D9and10sports.com. We are just about set for the opening kickoff here at War Memorial Field between the Meadville Bulldogs and the Warren Dragons. Meadville will kick. Warren's Ben White, number 9, is back deep to receive for the Dragons. And we are underway here on a Saturday night from War Memorial Field. White takes it at the 15. Gets around the edge. He's got some space. Ben White still on his feet and is dragged down from behind across the 30-yard line. Gets all the way out to the 32, so the Dragons will start with pretty good field position here.
As I look at my game notes here, Brian, one of the things I wrote down is Ben White in the return game. He's busted one this year against Conneaut that was called back, or against Franklin, excuse me. A very dangerous kid in the return game.
Yes, the Dragons have a 1st and 10 here from their own 32 as we open the game. And they will shift formation here. Passmore back alone. Takes a snap and gives immediately to James Swanson around the right edge. Swanson has some room, runs a man over across the 40, and gets all the way down to the 49-yard line. And, Andy, that was something we didn't see at all last week. James Swanson with a carry right off the bat.
So I love that, Brian. Get James Swanson involved right away. He is a big play back. We saw it against Franklin, and I love the fact that they're getting him a touch right away.
And so a first down carry for James Swanson takes Warren out to the 49. Passmore again to Swanson, looking for room. He's not going to find much this time. Gets forward for maybe a yard out to midfield. They tried to run the same play, and Meadville was on top of it this time.
Yep, and you have to imagine, I know, Meadville didn't see a lot of James Swanson on film this week against Oil City, but you can bet they saw the Franklin game on film, and they're prepared for big number 5 in that Dragon backfield.
Warren will have a 2nd and 9 now here from at their 45-yard line, And Passmore gives the pitch to Swanson around the left side this time, and he is met immediately in the backfield. That was number 52, Matt Edbo, on the tackle, the first one there to greet him and drive Swanson back a yard. So now it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Dragons.
Yep, I still like the play calls early, even though the last two haven't netted yardage. And now you're in an obvious passing situation. I do like getting Swanson involved early in this ball game.
So 3rd and long here for the Dragons. And when you get backed up, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. Passmore has Swanson to his left, takes a snap, looking to throw, fires out to Alex Borger in the flat. Borger tries to escape, but could not get away. That was number 13, Alex McElhaney, on the tackle. Only picks up about 3 yards for Borger there on the reception. Brings up a 4th down for Warren. And Alex Ziegler is on to punt for the Dragons.
Not a first down, but again, getting Micah Passmore getting that first completion, that's got to make him feel good early in this ball game.
And Clon Simmons is back to receive for Meadville. He's back at their own 20. Ziegler gets it away. It was nearly blocked, but he does get it away, and it goes out of bounds. They'll mark it at the Meadville 35-yard line. They moved up again. The Bulldogs will take over for their first possession on their own 35.
Yeah, and so, Brian, we get to see this vaunted Meadville rushing attack for the first time. Simmons, Lyons, Glover, Buzzle. This is a talented backfield led by a strong, typical Meadville offensive line.
So, Bulldogs come out, 1st and 10 on their own 35. Give is around the right corner. That was number 4, Lyons Glover on the carry. And he picks up about 8. We'll bring up a 2nd and 2 for Meadville, and you see it already. Once they got the edge, he was almost off to the races there.
Yep, and they're not going to be – Meadville's not picky about who they give the ball to. Simmons, the leading rusher, the leading ball carrier, but Lyons Glover will see a lot of action here tonight.
2nd and 2 for Meadville. And the give is to Lyons Glover again. He's got a little bit of space. Gets out almost to midfield, and that will be a first down for the Bulldogs. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and Lyons Glover has 2 carries, and Meadville has first down.
Yep. I know we talk a lot about James Swanson and Micah Passmore on offense. Defensively, Swanson in on the first tackle, Passmore in on the second one. They will be very active defensively from their linebacker spots.
And this time the give is to Bazell around the left side. He gets out across midfield, so the Bulldogs have moved into Dragon territory here. 2nd down from the Warren 49. About a 3-yard pickup on that carry for Bazell.
And this is what Meadville's going to do. They're not fancy. They're going to line up, hit you in the mouth, and say, here we are. Stop us if you can.
And so far, Warren has not been able to stop them on this drive. 2nd and 7 for Meadville from the Warren 49. Pitch is to Simmons around the left corner. He's got daylight. Simmons will go all the way. 49 yards, Kalon Simmons for the Meadville touchdown.
And Brian, what did we talk about? You have to contain the edge if you're Warren. We saw Cam Russell do it last week for Oil City, facing another one of District 10's best running backs this week. Simmons is able to get the edge, and you saw the speed there. Once he got the edge, he was gone.
So this will be Burchard in for the point after. Simmons will hold. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:39 to go here, first quarter. Meadville leading Warren 7-0. You're listening to high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
Founded in 1998, Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law, is located at 301 Market Street in Warren, in one of Warren's stately Victorian homes. Our firm takes great pride in providing legal service in a personal and caring manner. Contact us today at 814-723-5030.
And we are back here at War Memorial Field in Warren, where Meadville has just scored to take a 7-0 lead over the Dragons. 8:39 to go here, first quarter. You're listening to high school football on D9and10sports.com. Meadville getting set to kick off. Ben White back deep to receive for the Dragons. Chaz Chambers handles the kickoff duties. He kicks it. And White fields it just outside the 5. Tries to get around the edge, and there is nothing doing there for Ben White. Brought down by Lyons Glover and McElhaney there inside, or right at the 15-yard line. So maybe not a wise decision from Ben White to go try to return that one.
No, but I got to apologize to Ben. I might have jinxed him there, saying he might bust one in the return game. He still might, but Meadville kick coverage team doing a nice job containing the speedy White there, pinning the Dragons inside their own 20.
And that's where Warren will take over first down from their own 15-yard line. Second possession here of the game for the Dragons. 8:35 to go, first quarter. Meadville leading 7-0. And the snap goes directly to Swanson. Swanson gets around the right side, picks up all 4 yards there on the carry before he's knocked out of bounds. So, again, Andy, we talked about it last week. Swanson didn't have a single carry, and they're getting him the ball early and often in this one.
Just, less than 4 minutes into this game, he already has 4 carries. And that's something you'll see from Warren a lot. You'll see Swanson line up in the backfield with Passmore. They'll kind of, it's almost like a pseudo wildcat. They'll disguise who gets the ball and, try and keep the defense on their toes.
Officials timeout there as Chambers had to retie his shoe, but now we're set. 2nd and 6 for Warren from the 19. And Passmore with that hard count gets the Bulldogs to jump offside, so that'll be a free 5 yards for the Dragons.
Yeah, and Brian, that is a senior quarterback. That is a young man that's played a lot of football, second-year starting quarterback's been playing varsity for 4 years, just catching the defense off guard there at that hard count.
It's a 2nd and 1 now for the Dragons. And this time, the direct sap to Swanson yields nothing. Well, Swanson was able to fall forward for the yard and picks up the first down for the Dragons. Gets out to the exactly 25-yard line, but it is just enough for the first down. So, first and 10.
Great push once again from that Meadville defensive line, but James Swanson, a big, strong kid, able to fall forward, and he only needed a yard, and that's exactly what he got.
First down now for the Dragons from their own 25-yard line. As we approach 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Passmore and Swanson back. And the snap goes to Swanson again. Tries the right side this time. Finds some room and gets out across the 30 to the 31. So this Wildcat formation and the direct snaps to Swanson seem to be working so far.
Yeah, and you can see, James Swanson obviously very capable between the tackles, but you can see him wanting to bounce it to the outside too, just like the Meadville backs are doing. And he certainly has the speed to do so. And you can see it right there, a nice gain of 6 yards.
We'll bring up a 2nd and 4 for Warren here now from their own 31. And Swanson to Passmore's left this time. And this time the snap is to Passmore, and he'll keep it and go right up the middle. Gets out. Looks like he'll have just enough for the first down. He does. Gets out right out to the 35-yard line. So the second first down pickup on this drive for the Dragons.
Yeah, and you could see right there, too, that Micah Passmore did a great job of that play fake to James Swanson. Swanson with a heavy workload here early. I think Meadville might have been expecting him to get the ball once again. But Passmore, again, we talked about the experience. A nice fake there and able to pick up 5 yards.
First and 10 for Warren from their own 35-yard line. Passmore in the gun, Swanson to his left. And Passmore fakes the handoff to Swanson, will keep it himself, and this time no going for the Dragon quarterback. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, it was, that's the same play. Micah fakes the handoff to James Swanson, keeps it himself, and that time the Meadville defense was ready. But you'll see a lot of that, and if the Dragons want to have success, particularly on the ground, they're going to have to keep this Meadville defense off balance.
It seems like the Warren offensive strategy in this possession, at least, has been we're going to run the same play until you stop it. So we'll see if the Dragons come out with something a little different this time. And the snap is to Swanson, and he gives to Borger around the left side. Oh, Borger had some space and then is just corralled down by Dominic Foote right around the helmet there. Alex Borger looked like he was going to have some space around the left edge there, And Dominic Foote closed that quickly and took Borger down hard.
Yeah, boy, that was just a Borger looked like he had the corner there, and just a great play. That was a football play, man. That sounded a little bit like John Gruden, man. That was a football play.
So it will be 3rd down and 9 now for Warren. Passmore with Swanson to his left. He drops back to pass. Sees nothing. He takes off with it. Passmore looking for the first down. He might have it. And he does. Micah Passmore on the keeper. Gets out to the 45-yard line, and a big 3rd down conversion for Warren.
And Micah loves to do that. And first of all, it was good to see him sit in the pocket there. He did survey the field. The pocket kind of collapsed on him. He's able to extend plays with his athletic ability. And you can see it there on that run. When he gets into the open field, he likes to initiate contact, which is something you don't see very often for a quarterback.
Well, that contact initiation did get him across the line to gain there, so it's 1st down for Warren from their own 45. Passmore in the gun. Gives to Swanson up the middle. Nothing doing there. That was Foote again. Hit Swanson in the backfield for a 1-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, the Dragons' strategy here, ball control. They haven't. Passmore went back to pass on the previous play, ended up taking off with it, but you can see everything on the ground so far except for one play for the Dragons.
All right, so it's a 2nd and 11 now here for the Dragons. Passmore drops back to pass. He's looking. He's got a man over the middle. That is Donovan Fiskus with the catch. And he gets out across midfield, but there is a flag down on the far sideline. We'll see if this stands. Would be a 12-yard pickup for Fiskus if it holds. And it will not. Ineligible receiver downfield for the Dragons. So the Dragon offense finally gets something going in the passing game, and it's all for naught as they get backed up on the penalty.
Yeah, no sooner do I say they're keeping the ball on the ground, and Micah Passmore delivered a strike there to Donovan Fiskus. It was Donovan Fiskus and Passmore that hooked up early in that District 10 semifinal game last year to give the Dragons a lead. But the penalty obviously brought it back, but encouraging there to see some success in the passing game for Warren.
So 2nd and 16 now for Warren from their own 39. 3:45 to go. First quarter. Meadville leads 7-0. Passmore drops back to pass. Firing down the sideline for Fiskus. Couldn't quite pick it up. Chambers on the coverage. Fiskus went up to try to go get that one, but just couldn't quite come down with it.
And something we're seeing here early on in this game that we haven't seen in the past. Micah Passmore looks very comfortable in the pocket. He's attempted 3 passes so far. They've all been right there. I mean, that was a good pass, just a better defensive play by Meadville.
3rd and 16 now for the Dragons from their own 39. This had been a promising drive for Warren, but that penalty really seems to have stalled them a little bit. We'll see if they can pick up the big conversion here. Passmore in the gun. Surveys, doesn't see anything he likes, tries to take off. Foote says no, takes him down in the backfield, and that will bring up 4th down and a punting situation for Warren.
So you could see Passmore tried to take off like he did the last time, right up the middle like he did on the previous 3rd down. That time Meadville was ready for it, makes the play, and gets the Dragons eat up a good bit of clock, about 5 minutes, but aren't going to get anything out of this drive.
Yeah, like we said, it was a very promising drive. It looked like they were going to get into Meadville territory, but that penalty just backed them up. Ziegler on to punt, gets the snap, gets the kick away just barely. It'll go out of bounds again. Griffin Bazell was in there and nearly got a hand on it.
Yeah, boy, he's doing a good job of getting those punts out of there against some heavy pressure once again.
So change of possession here. We're going to see Meadville come out for the 2nd time on offense. They'll take over on their own 28-yard line. 2:55 to go here in the first quarter from War Memorial Field. Meadville leads Warren 7-0 on the strength of a Kalon Simmons 49-yard touchdown run. We'll see what Meadville does with it here with their 2nd possession. And the pitch is to Bazell off the left side. He's got some space. Griffin Bazell trying to outrace Passmore down the sideline. Can he do it? No, Passmore catches him, but he gets all the way down to the 9. What a run from Griffin Bazell.
Griffin Bazell gets by the first defender. The Dragons with some penetration on that, but again, he gets by the first defender. Then it was off to the races. You saw the good speed of Passmore there to catch him, but Meadville set up with a first and goal to go situation.
So a 62-yard run for Bazell there. They do mark him down at the 10. So it'll be a first and goal for Meadville from the 10-yard line. Passmore with the touchdown-saving tackle. But one play, and Meadville's right back in business here. And Burchard pitches it. That was Lyons Glover on the pitch and defended nicely there. Passmore, Borger, and Blake Arnold in on the stop.
Yeah, those Dragon linebackers are really impressive. They're not going to miss tackles. They're flat out. You're not going to see them miss a lot of tackles. When they get in position, they're going to make the play. And Micah Passmore with a stick there on that carry for no gain.
Second and goal from the 10 for Meadville. Burchard comes out, has Simmons and Lyons Glover behind him. And we have a penalty flag before the snap here. It is looks like Meadville's offensive line lined up offsides on that play, so that'll back the Bulldogs up 5 yards, bring up a second and goal from the 15.
Well, that's not a flag. Usually you see the false start, not the lining up offsides. So, nevertheless, that's going to make things a little more difficult here for the Bulldogs.
And if I heard the official correctly from up here, he said the entire right side of the line was lined up offside. So just a little bit of a miscommunication there for the Bulldogs. Second and 15. Burchard now in the gun. Gives it to Simmons. Simmons has space, and he's in again. 15 yards for Kalon Simmons, his second touchdown of the first quarter, and Meadville now leads 13-0.
Boy, you can see the burst there in the athleticism from Simmons. One cut, and he was gone 15 yards, right up the middle, untouched. And Meadville, that quick strike offense, less than 2 minutes to score there.
So the Bazell 62-yard run, a penalty, and then Simmons from 15 out. Burchard in for the extra point. Blake Arnold nearly got there again, but the kick is good. 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Meadville leads Warren 14-0. You're listening to high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
We're back here at War Memorial Field in Warren as Meadville has just taken a 14-0 lead over the Dragons. 1:15 to go, first quarter. Brian Hagberg and Andy Close here for you on D9and10sports.com. We thank you for watching with us this evening. Bulldogs set to kick off. That is Chaz Chambers for the kick. Ben White is back deep for the Dragons. Kick is away, and this will be fielded just outside the 20, and that is number 2, Donovan Fiskus, fielding the kickoff. He gets all the way out to the 40, So Warren will start with their best opening field position of the quarter here, Andy.
Yeah, 1:08 to go here in the first quarter, 14-0 Meadville. And if you're Warren, I don't think anything changes in the game plan. You still want to control clock. You still want to run the ball, try and keep this talented Meadville defense off balance. And they did some good things on that last drive. Unfortunately, you had the big penalty that kind of stalled it there. But yeah, if you're Warren, I think you have the same approach here.
1st and 10 for Warren from their own 40. Pass Warren the gun. Swanson to his left. The snap goes to Swanson, looking to get around the right side. Nothing doing there. All kind of penalty flags coming down on the play. So we'll see what shakes out on this one. And it is a face mask against Meadville. So no gain on the play, but the Dragons will pick up the first down from the face mask penalty and get into Meadville territory for the first time this evening.
And you can see once again there Swanson trying to bounce it on the outside. He's had a little bit of success doing that early on, not so much on that play, but again the penalty benefiting the Dragons right there.
So under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Warren has 1st and 10 from the Meadville 45. And snap to Passmore. He fakes to Swanson. And Passmore tries to take it up the middle. But he's met. That was Simmons and Clayton Hope there with the stop. Passmore for no gain brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Dragons.
Yeah, this Meadville defensive line doing a great job reading their keys. Passmore with another play fake there. And they were not fooled.
So we'll see. It doesn't look like the Dragons are interested in running another play here before the end of the first quarter as they're walking over to the sideline. So after a quarter of play here at War Memorial Field, it is Meadville 14, Warren 0. You are listening to high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Founded in 1998, Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law, is located at 301 Market Street in Warren, in one of Warren's stately Victorian homes. Our firm takes great pride in providing legal service in a personal and caring manner. Contact us today at 814-723-5030.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And we are back here at War Memorial Field, getting ready to start the second quarter. Brian Hagberg alongside Andy Close for D9and10sports.com. Meadville leads Warren 14-0 here. Dragons have a 2nd and 10 from the Meadville 45. Passmore in the gun, Swanson to his right. Snap to Swanson, tries to go left, comes back right. Nothing there. And that was Alex McElhenney in on the initial hit and then cleaned up by Matt Ebo there. So a loss on the play brings up a 3rd and 12 for Warren. And when you find yourself in 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again.
Yeah, Swanson trying to reverse field there, and he's certainly capable of doing so. But again, this Meadville defense is fast, they are athletic, and they are disciplined, and they were having none of it on that play.
3rd and 12 for Warren. Passmore in the gun, Swanson to his left, trips left. Ben White alone to the near side here. Swanson now goes to the right. Passmore looking in White's direction. He had a step, had some space, but Passmore was a little low on the throw, and that will bring up a 4th down for the Dragons.
Curious to see what I guess 4th and 12, this is an obvious punting situation. Still early in the second quarter. You would think if it was a little shorter distance in Meadville territory that they might go for it, but they're on the punt formation. That's the right call.
So Ziegler into punt for the 3rd time. He's had a his first 2 punts, he just got away before the block got there. So you may want to try to get this one off a little quicker to avoid the Meadville rush. Simmons is back inside the 10. Snap is high. Ziegler gets the kick away. And it will bounce at the 20. Takes a Warren bounce down to the... they're going to mark it out right at the 20. So that's where Meadville will take over for their first possession of the second quarter. They're leading 14-0 here.
Yeah, and Meadville, as we alluded to at the top of the broadcast, doing a good job of spreading it around. Simmons, 3 carries. Lyons Glover, 3 carries. Buzzard, 2 carries. We knew that they were going to, all see a lot of touches tonight, and so far that is certainly the case.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 20. They lead Warren 14-0 with 10:57 to go here in the second quarter from War Memorial Field. Burchard under center. And we've got a whistle and flags. And it is offsides on the Dragons there.
So third penalty of the game on Warren, all of the 5-yard variety. That'll set Meadville up with a 1st and 5, and that's certainly something you probably don't want to do against this rushing attack.
Okay, so we'll start first down again here. 1st and 5 now for the Bulldogs from the 25. Lyons Glover in motion, and he'll get the pitch, but he fumbles it, picks it up, and then is smacked in the backfield by Micah Passmore. And you said it, Andy, he may be a quarterback, but he certainly does not shy away from contact.
Yep, no, Mike, he loves the contact, and Lyons Glover had some room there if he was able to get that pitch clean, but once he didn't, I think Lucky just get back on top of it, and Micah Passmore is licking his chops there to deliver a big hit, and he did just that.
Okay, so that loss backs it up for Meadville down to the 22. Will be a 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. Lyons Glover in motion again. They're going to try it again. He handles the pitch cleanly this time. There is nowhere to go. That was number 25, Cody Vega, first one in the backfield, slowed him up, and then host of Dragons came and cleaned it up. So another loss makes it now 3rd and 10 for Meadville. They're back to the 20.
Cody Vega's a kid that we've highlighted a couple times here throughout the course of the season. Again, one of those talented Dragon linebackers that sees the field quite a bit. And, if you're Warren, this is obviously a critical play early in this game. Just early in the second quarter, but down 2 scores. 3rd and 10, a great chance to get off the field here.
3rd down for Meadville. Buzzard in motion. The pitch goes to Simmons around the left edge, and he's got some daylight, makes the man miss, but couldn't get away from the last man. But Simmons does get all the way out across the 40. We got a couple of penalty flags. Looks like maybe it's going to be a hold. So a big run from Simmons, but we'll see if it stands. It looks like it is a hold against the Bulldogs, so they're going to replay 3rd down here. That was a big run from Simmons. Ran so hard he ran right out of his shoe.
Once again, just the speed of Isaiah Simmons once he gets to that corner, man, that's something the Dragons are going to have to try and contain here as we go, because once he gets to that edge, man, it's off to the races.
Yeah, Kalon Simmons definitely has a big burst, and we saw that on that first touchdown run when he went 49 yards. But the hold is a spot foul, so the hold was right at the 30. So we're basically going to do this one again, 3rd and 10 for Meadville from the 20. And Burchard looking to pass. Looking over the middle for Lyons Glover. He comes down with it. What a catch in traffic for Tamaj Lyons Glover. Goes out to the 43-yard line. 23-yard hookup from Burchard to Lyons Glover. Picks up the 1st down for Meadville.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's not even a situation where the Dragons were caught off guard against this run-heavy Meadville attack. That was good coverage, just a better, just an incredibly athletic play by Lyons Glover there.
Yeah, Burchard threw that into what looked like triple coverage by the time the ball got there, and somehow Lyons Glover was able to come down with it. Gets the first down for Meadville now from their own 43. And Burchard gives in the backfield to Simmons, and he is hit and dropped for a loss. That was number 75, Alan Mcallister, there on the stop for the Dragons.
Alan Mcallister, the talented sophomore lineman. First time we've called his name tonight, but a disruptive force there on that defensive line. And that's the first time that Simmons has been tackled behind the line of scrimmage tonight.
Mcallister is the Dragons' leading tackler, came into the game with 17, including 5 for loss. Picks up another one there, makes it 2nd and 11 for Meadville. And the give is to Lyons Glover. Gets away from one man in the backfield, that was Passmore, then gets out to the 45. So pickup of about 3 there for Lyons Glover. Makes it a 3rd and 8 now for the Bulldogs.
And again, we have another 3rd and relatively long situation. Another chance for the Dragon defense to get off the field. These are plays that are critical over the course of a ball game.
Yeah, and especially, when your defense is giving up 33 points a game, they're already down 14-0. They need to get off the field here and give the offense as many chances as they can. Pitches to Buzzard, and he's hit, wrapped up, and will pick up about a yard, but a big 3rd down stop there for the Dragons.
And once again, it was Alan Mcallister making his presence felt on this drive. A couple of big-time stops there for the big sophomore, forcing what you would think would be a punting situation here for the Bulldogs.
So 4th and 7 for Meadville from their 46. We'll see what they elect to do here. Dragons are assuming punt as Ben White is back inside the 20. Looks like it'll be Simmons taking the snap. And Simmons gets the kick away. White comes up on it. He'll field it just outside the 25, but nothing doing there. Gets maybe 3 yards on the return.
I'll tell you what, Ben White is just itching to cut loose on one of these returns. I thought he was going to call for a fair catch there. He did not. Able to fall forward for a couple of yards nonetheless.
Dragons take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, and we're here at the Swift Kennedy second quarter from War Memorial Field. 6:27 to go. Meadville leading Warren 14-0. The Warren offense has had a couple of promising drives, but a penalty stopped one and an incomplete pass stopped the other, so we'll see if they can finish one off here. And Passmore with the option play, he'll keep it and go nowhere. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. There was looked like Simmons and Foote there combining on the stop. 2nd and 10 for Warren.
And again, I'm very impressed as we have a timeout here with this Meadville defense. The Dragons throwing a lot of different things at them, but they have been up to the challenge.
Okay, so timeout by Meadville, and we're going to take one with them. You're listening to High School Football here on D910sports.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D910sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service, and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
We're back to action here at War Memorial Field. Warren facing a 2nd and 10 from its own 30-yard line. Passmore in the gun. Quick pass out to Alex Borger there. And Borger takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. So that quick pass, and Borger took off and ran with it. Big chunk play out of the passing game for the Dragons.
Yeah, and that's something you love to see if you're Warren. Been controlling a lot of clock actually with the run game, but we've seen Micah Passmore look comfortable every time he's dropped back to pass so far tonight. And again, a nice design play there to sneak Borger out of the backfield.
Yeah, so a 14-yard pickup there on the pass play brings up a first down for Warren from the 44. 3 receivers to the far side. Ben White, the lone man, split to the near side. Passmore in the gun. Swanson to his right. Passmore looking to pass, and he'll get it out to Borger, and this time there is no going for Alex Borger. And that was Alex Mcallister closing quickly. Sniffed that one out.
Yeah, Passmore was looking downfield on that play, but it was well defended by the Bulldogs secondary, so he went to his check down Borger, and like you said, nothing doing there.
We talked a little bit about the speed of Ben White in the return game. It looks like the Dragons are trying to get him matched up one-on-one, see if he can't get some separation in the passing game. But it is a 2nd and 14 now for the Dragons. Passmore looking to throw again. Doesn't see anything that he likes. Tries to step up. No going there. As that was number 68, Nick Yunt on the stop. Brings up a 3rd and 15 for the Dragons.
So good. The Dragons have looked comfortable in the passing game tonight, but when you get them in, as 2nd and long there, obvious passing downs. This Meadville defensive line is just going to pin their ears back and go, and they did on that one.
3rd and 15 for Warren from their own 39. And the pass goes down the field. That's number 22, Tommy Nyquist, the freshman, on the reception. And that was Landon Duvlis came in to throw that ball. Duvlis hooks up with Nyquist for another big pass play and a first down for Warren.
So, again, a couple of new guys into the ball game there. You got Landon Duvlis seeing his first snap of the night. Same with Tommy Nyquist. And maybe just what the doctor ordered for the Dragons.
And so the Dragons get all the way down to the Meadville 38-yard line. Have a first down now. 4:35 to go here in the second quarter. Passmore back in at quarterback. Has Swanson to his left. 3 receivers left. Ben White lone man to his right. Passmore looking to throw. Looking for Nyquist again, but a little high on that one.
So you can see Nyquist is a very, very athletic kid, as we're going to see a lot of. First couple snaps in the game here, they look to get him the ball both times. One was successful. That one falls incomplete.
Yeah, I know, Andy, talking to the coaches during preseason camp, they were really raving about Tommy Nyquist and what they thought he could bring to the table for them this year.
Incredibly difficult for a freshman to see any action, in varsity football, because they're just not ready. But not the case with Nyquist. They want to get him touches, and they're doing so here.
Okay, so 2nd and 10 here, and Warren is going to take a timeout on this play. Looked like offensive coordinator Greg Miller didn't like what he saw coming out of that, so the Dragons are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout with them. You are watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Chris Rossetti here to tell you a little bit about All-American Awards and Engraving in Chippenville. When I first met Jim Carroll in 2006, All-American Awards and Engraving was just getting started. Since then, the company has grown into the area's premier shop for embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, graphic design work, and personalized gift ideas. As Jim has always said, they'll put almost anything on almost everything, and they really do mean that. Give them a call today at 814-782-6264.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And Dragons coming out of their timeout here, facing a 2nd and 10 from the Meadville 38. They trail 14-0. Passmore back in the gun. That's Alex Borger coming across the formation. Passmore looking to pass, and now he'll just take off with it. looked like he had some space, but ran into his offensive lineman, and then the hole closed quickly as that was a foot in on the stop. Passmore picks up only about a yard on that play.
Yep, so a 3rd and 9 here for the Dragons, and you have to imagine, depending on what they do here on 3rd down, this is 4th-down territory inside the Meadville 40.
3rd and 9 here for the Dragons. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Meadville leading Warren 14-0 on a pair of Kalon Simmons touchdown runs, one of 49, one of 15. Passmore back in the gun, has Swanson to his right, 3 receivers left. One to the near side here. And Passmore changes the formation a little bit. Looking to throw. Under pressure immediately. Passmore rolling. Tries to find a man. Was broken up by Simmons there. Passmore was looking for Tommy Nyquist again, but it does bring up a 4th and 9 for the Dragons. And you think maybe, Andy, this is that part of the field where maybe you think about trying for something here.
Yeah, I would think so, but it looks like maybe the punt team coming out on the field.
And you wonder if the Warren coaches think they're defensively they've held up enough that they don't want to give Meadville good field position.
I'm sure that has something to do with it. And again, I think if it was a little more manageable, if it was less than 9 yards, that they might go for it.
And so Ziegler back to punt. He does get it away. And it bounces out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. What a punt from Alex Ziegler. They mark it out at the 2.
You talk about coffin corner. That is the definition of a coffin corner. Just a picture-perfect punt there from Ziegler. And that's going to set up Meadville with a 98-yard field here and 3:27 to go in the first half. But once again, I can't say it enough, that was a tremendous punt by Ziegler.
So Ziegler puts the punt out of bounds at the 2-yard line. But, Andy, it's a 98-yard field, but we've seen 49-yard runs, 62-yard runs. So the Bulldogs can close that space in a hurry if they get to the open field. And the give is to Lyons Glover around the right side, and he's got some space. Lyons Glover makes a man miss. And he is still on his feet out across the 30-yard line. So we just talked about it, Andy. They had 98 yards to go and one play, and they're out to the 30.
Yeah, that's one way to get out of the shadow of your own end zone. Whether or not Meadville scores on this drive, that is a big run, if nothing else than for field position.
So 28 yards there from Tamaj Lyons Glover on the pitch. Gives Meadville a first down from the 30. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Meadville leads 14-0. And the give is to Buzzard around the right side, and Buzzard's got some space. It's a foot race, big crackback block from Foot on James Swanson. And Buzzard gets all the way down to the 31. There is a flag down on that block, though, and Swanson is still down on the turf as well.
Yeah, that was a big-time block there. Swanson really got his bell run.
And I see the official is waving off the flag there. So, yeah, that was just a good, solid crackback block there from Foot. Put his helmet in front.
Yeah, but certainly for Warren here, you hope James Swanson is okay. Obviously, such a big part of what they do on both sides of the ball.
And they are sitting him up now, so good sign there. And Swanson is back to his feet, and he will walk off under his own power. And had a little something to say to the Meadville huddle as well.
Yep. If you know James Swanson, you know he's not shy. But that was a big time block. Able to seal the edge there for Buzzard, and Derek McMean saved a touchdown on that play for the Dragons. But again, in just 2 plays, they've moved the ball from the shadow of their own end zone well into Warren territory here at the 31.
So they have not moved the chains yet. The ball spotted all the way down at the Warren 31. The chain gang was still back here at the 45, but now they are on their way down. So Buzzard does pick up the yardage there, gets down to the Warren 31 with 2:48 to go in the half. And Meadville has a first down here in Dragon territory. Lions Glover in motion. The pitch goes to Simmons, looking for the edge on the right side. Their flags are down. Simmons still on his feet, still going down inside the 10. We'll see what the penalty flags are about here.
Lions Glover on the carry. Do a couple arm tackles all the way to the 8-yard line. We have a penalty on the play.
So there was an illegal formation there for the Bulldogs, and that's going to erase that big run. They had gotten down inside the 10, but now they're going to have a 1st and 15 here from the 36.
So the third accepted penalty against the Bulldogs tonight, going for 30 yards, and that one negating a big run by Simmons as we hit the 2:20 mark here of the first half.
You know, and again, Andy, we talked about it. They had 98 yards to go with just over 3 minutes to go, and in less than a minute, they're down. Had gotten down to the 31. They're now at the 36, facing a 1st and 15 is Meadville. Burchard in the gun. And a high snap. Burchard corrals it, but Blake Arnold in immediately for the sack. And a big-time defensive play by Blake Arnold.
Yeah, Blake Arnold was coming all the way there. And again, high snap, not a lot you can do there if you're a quarterback in that situation other than corral it and hang on to it.
Burchard was lucky to get that ball in his possession. Got it into his chest right as Arnold got on top of him. But it brings up a 2nd and 20 now for the Bulldogs from the Warren 41-yard line. And Burchard gives to Buzzard. Buzzard has some space. Buzzard on his feet all the way down, looks like to the 20. And it is a 21-yard run for Griffin Bazell and a first down for Meadville.
Well, we have seen Meadville, after Warren did a good job defensively on the last drive, four chunk plays in the run game to get them in position to potentially score here before the half.
First down give is to Simmons up the middle. He's picking his way through the line there. Gets about 3 yards and a timeout by Meadville with 55 seconds to go here in the first half. So they're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout with them. You are watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookfieldglove.com and like us on Facebook.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
And we are back here at War Memorial Field. Meadville with just under a minute to go, looking to score one more time before the half. That's Lions Glover on the carry around the right side. Gets down, looks like to the 12, would be about a 5-yard pickup and bring up a 3rd and 2. And Meadville takes its final timeout here of the half with 49.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, the Bulldogs in a good position here, 3rd and very manageable. The only thing As you alluded to, Brian, that was their final timeout. But if they do have to run up and spike the ball real quick, you don't have a lot of room to work with, so that's not going to take up a whole lot of time.
And we've seen they may not need a whole lot of time the way Simmons and Lyons Glover and Bazell have been running so far here in the first half.
Yeah, and really, again, you talk about critical plays in the final minute of a half. There's a whole different feel if you're Warren being down 14-0 as opposed to being down 20 or 21-0. So a huge, goes without saying, a huge sequence in the ball game here.
So 3rd and 3 for Meadville from the Warren 13. 49 seconds to go here in the first half. And Burchard fakes the give. It eludes Mcallister in the backfield and then is tackled just inside the 10 by Passmore. It is enough for the first down. So 1st and goal, and we have a timeout here called by the Dragons. Looks like there was a lot of confusion about what Warren wanted to do defensively there.
Yeah, I could hear Mark Morelli yelling from all the way up here. The Dragons, as you said, were confused, maybe out of position there. So better to take the timeout there, obviously, even if it stops the clock.
And it does stop the clock with 35.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Meadville now has a 1st and goal from the 9. And Alan Mcallister nearly had Burchard caught in the backfield. There would have been a huge stop for the Dragons defensively.
Yeah, boy, again, very active in the second quarter, Alan Mcallister. We've seen him in the backfield on a number of occasions. But again, a very athletic play by Burchard to escape, pick up the first down, and a 1st and goal to go situation here. 9 yards, 35 seconds. I would have to imagine Meadville would keep the ball on the ground here, but you never know.
So it looks like Warren has what they want now, and to ensure that you have the right game plan, call Ed Gerg, Allstate Insurance Agencies in Warren, Ridgeway, and St. Mary's. 1st and goal for Meadville. They lead Warren 14-0. 35 seconds to go here, second quarter at War Memorial Field. Brian Hagberg and Andy Close here with you on D9and10sports.com. Meadville looking to punch one in late in the half. And the give is to Simmons. He gets a couple, is tackled by number 69, Easton Holtberg there. Meadville up to the line quickly now. 20 seconds to go here in the half. And the pitch is to Lyons Glover. Wilson strings him out. Lyons Glover escapes and scores. The far side official does signal touchdown.
I think we had 2 different rulings from the officials there. One said touchdown, one said out of bounds. So we'll see.
Now, if there's a penalty on the play, Meadville illegal formation again. So that's going to back them up here with 12 seconds to go and erase the touchdown.
Yep. Coach Ray Collins can't be happy about that. That potentially, we'll see how the final 12 seconds play out here, takes points off the board for Meadville.
So 2nd and goal now here for the Bulldogs from the 10. Burchard comes out in the gun this time. Simmons to his left. And he's looking to throw, looking for Lyons Glover, and he has him. This time it is a touchdown for the Bulldogs. Sam Burchard to Tamaj Lyons Glover for 10 yards. And Meadville, with 7 seconds left in the half, puts another touchdown on the board.
Boy, Meadville does not go to the air a lot, but much like Oil City, they are very efficient and effective when they do. The penalty took the score off the board initially, but they would not be denied here at the end of the half.
So Burchard in for the point after. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So 7.6 seconds to go here in the first half, and Meadville has extended the lead to 21-0. And Andy, Meadville's going to get the kickoff to start the second half here. They're going to do the old double dip maybe.
Yeah, boy, again, they're just a massive difference. 14-0, 21-0. You get a stop there if you're Warren. You go into halftime with a little bit of momentum. But now it's the Bulldogs that go in with the momentum.
We'll see what they do on the kickoff here. We've touched on it. Ben White is a dangerous returner for the Dragons. If he gets the ball in his hands with some space, he definitely has the ability to take one all the way. So we'll see if Meadville kicks off to him or if they try to squib it or what their game plan is here.
Burchard, a very capable kicker. A lot of times in these situations you'll see a squib. 7 seconds. That would be my guess.
Well, it looks like Chaz Chambers is going to handle the kickoff duties
my bad.
here.
Chambers, the kickoff. My apologies.
And he has put a couple over White's head, so White down just inside the 10-yard line here as the deep man. And Chambers has the ball set where he wants it now. Meadville coming out to line up for the kick. And they do kick it. It is Ethan Wilson who fields it at the 22. And he gets out across the 30 before he's met by Alex McElhinney. But that is the final play of the half. And as we go to halftime here at War Memorial Field, Meadville leads Warren 21-0. You are watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Founded in 1998, Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law, is located at 301 Market Street in Warren, in one of Warren's stately Victorian homes. Our firm takes great pride in providing legal service in a personal and caring manner. Contact us today at 814-723-5030.
Okay, so the officials have decided to put 3 seconds back on or 4 seconds now back on the game clock, so Warren is going to have a chance to run a play here before the half. They have the ball at their own 31. And the official getting back into position here. And Passmore fakes. Is under pressure, will not escape, and he fumbles the ball. It's picked up by Alan Mcallister. So it could have been a very dangerous play there for the Dragons as Passmore fumbled as he was trying to get through the line, but Mcallister picked it up. That will end the first half as Meadville holds a 21-0 lead over the Dragons here at War Memorial Field. We will be right back with the Icy Inc. halftime show. You're watching high school football on D910sports.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
We are back here at War Memorial Field. This is the Icy Inc. halftime show, and right now we're going to take a quick break and let you listen in here to the Warren Dragons marching band and their halftime performance.
50 winner has been playing. Congratulations to our winner.
DJ, ready?
You'll have to go very far. Don't get tired. You walk over.
So that was the Warren Dragon Marching Band with their halftime performance. You are tuned in here to the Icy Inc. halftime show on D9and10sports.com.
Looking for a new or used car or truck? Then look no further than Nolf Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City. Nolf's selection of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck brands, coupled with an assortment of used vehicles, provide customers a wide variety of buying options. They have the vehicle you need at the price you can afford. Nolf's service and parts team of highly qualified technicians is focused on providing exceptional service in a timely manner, and its body shop can't be beat. Visit Nolf's online at nolfdodge.com, like them on Facebook, or stop by and see what they have to offer.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
Yeah, welcome back into the Icy Inc. halftime show. Our out-of-town scoreboard tonight. We don't have a whole lot of scores here for you. All the other games just got underway. They all had 7 p.m. kickoffs, but Conneaut is at Franklin, Fairview's at Girard, Lakeview is at Northwestern, and the big one in District 10, we've got Farrell and Wilmington round 2 just underway there from Wilmington.
Yep, certainly a lot of folks going to be interested in that result. I got a chance to see Conneaut against this Warren team in Week 1. About what you'd expect from a Conneaut team, very well disciplined, tough. That's a good football team, that Conneaut team. And Northwestern, perhaps the surprise of District 10, unbeaten to this point.
Okay, so that was our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company, the official insurance provider for D9and10sports.com. And Andy, do you have some halftime stats here for us?
I do. Meadville, most of it is on the ground. Isaiah Simmons, 7 carries, 92 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Those touchdowns on runs of 49 and 15 yards. Lyons Glover with 7 carries for 39 yards. Buzzard with 5 carries, but he is the leading rusher with 128 yards on the ground. So that's going to do wonders for his yards per carry. And then through the air, Burchard is 2 of 2, both completions to Lyons Glover, including the big one at the end of the first half to give Meadville the 21-0 lead. For Warren, James Swanson has carried 7 times for 23 yards. Micah Passmore 9 times for 15 yards. Passmore 2 of 4 through the air for 16 yards. Alex Borger with both of those receptions from Passmore. And then Landon Duvalis came in and threw a nice 22-yard pass to Tommy Nyquist. So that accounts for the Dragon offense here so far tonight.
Okay, so our halftime stats tonight brought to you by Warren Tire Center in Warren. It's always a great day at Warren Tire Center. This is the Icy Inc. halftime show on D9and10sports.com.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
Are you an employer frustrated and confused by the new healthcare laws? Is your business growing to almost 50 employees or more? Are you a small employer looking to recruit new employees or keep your current employees satisfied? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then Charles Leach is here for you. Hi, I'm Lisa Leach Goth from Charles Leach in New Bethlehem. We offer group health plans for any type of business, regardless of the amount of employees. Looking for medical, dental, vision, disability, life? You won't find cookie-cutter plans here. We can help you create unique, affordable plans that work well for both you and your employees. Don't keep putting off your company's health care. The time to start planning is now. Call 888-CP-LEACH or stop by our office on Broad Street in New Bethlehem to set up your group health plans today. That's 888-CP-LEACH. Visit us online at leachagency.com or like us on Facebook. Charles Leach, protecting you like family.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Are you looking for a place to live in the Clarion area? Then take a look at GC Town Properties. At GC Town Properties, our apartments have accommodations for many people, and they are more than apartments to our diverse group of tenants. They call it their home. GC Town Properties are available at prices you can afford. Check us out online at gctownproperties.com or call us today at 814-226-8910. Don't just find an apartment, find a home with GC Town Properties.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And we are back here at War Memorial Field. We're just getting set to start the second half here between the Warren Dragons and the Meadville Bulldogs. Meadville with a 21-0 lead on the strength of a pair of Kalon Simmons touchdown runs, one of 49 yards, one of 15, and a late touchdown pass from quarterback Sam Burchard to Tamaj Lyons Glover for 10 yards. And that's how they got the 21 for Meadville. And Meadville will receive the kickoff to start the second half here. And Andy, Warren's got to come up with a stop defensively if they want to get back in this ballgame.
Yep, they had a chance to come up with a big one there at the end of the first half. Couldn't do it. which it goes without saying. It makes coming out and getting a stop here to start the third quarter even more critical. Stop and a score, really. Turnover, something to kind of change the momentum here.
And so the kick is up, and we are underway here in the second half, and Lyons Glover will field it at the 22. He's got some space. Lyons Glover up the middle, and he is out right at midfield. So a big gain there on the return for Lyons Glover, and Meadville's in business right at midfield for first down.
Yep, great starting field position here for the Bulldogs. And again, the first drive of this third quarter is really essential. Warren, you come out and get a stop. You feel like you're still in it. If Meadville's able to come down and put some points on the board, it obviously would put the Dragons in a far less than advantageous situation.
So a 28-yard return there for Lyons Glover on the kickoff. Sets up Meadville with 1st and 10 from the 50. It's Lyons Glover in motion. He gets the pitch around the right side, gets the corner, makes a couple men miss, bounces off Passmore's initial tackle attempt, and then Passmore does stand up and stop him there for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, boy, that was grown man football there, a man-on-man collision, if you will, and as you said, Brian, a 5-yard pickup.
Brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs from the Warren 45.
Big Dana Campbell in there for the Dragons on the defensive line as well. He's one of the young men that came over from Sheffield when their program was suspended earlier this season.
And the give is to Simmons. He cuts, makes a man miss, gets out across the 40 down to the 39. So that'll be a 6-yard gain for Simmons and a first down for Meadville.
Yep, and this is the perfect recipe for Meadville here to start the second half. You love the big plays, obviously, but they'll be more than just content if they can pick up 5-6 yards a carry, wind this clock, and really keep the Dragon offense off the field for any kind of chance at a comeback. You limit the possessions, obviously, less of a chance Warren has to come back in this game.
1st and 10, Meadville from the Warren 39. And the give this time is to Bazell. And Bazell's got some room. Bazell tries to make Wilson miss. He does. And then Nyquist is there to clean it up and keep Bazell out of the end zone. But again, a 19-yard run for Bazell. They're down to the red zone.
Yep, so 3 plays for the Bulldogs after taking over from midfield. A couple of medium-sized runs and then a big one there, and they are right back in business.
So 1st and 10 from the 20 now for Meadville. Burchard has Simmons and Lyons Glover in the backfield. Pitch is to Lyons Glover. Picks his way through. Gets out to the 16, so a 4-yard pickup there for Tomasz Lyons Glover.
It looked like Gage Schaefer in there for the Dragons helping to make the tackle. So 2 minutes into the second half, and we're already, at a I hate to keep harping on it, but really a critical juncture in this football game.
2nd and 6 for Meadville from the Warren 16. Burchard under center. Simmons and Lyons Glover in the backfield. And the give is to Simmons up the middle. And Simmons is off to the races. That is a touchdown for Meadville. Simmons is 3rd of the game. This one from 16 yards. Kalon Simmons for the Bulldogs touchdown.
Well, again, I am really impressed with the stop and start ability of Simmons. We've seen that a couple times so far tonight where it looks like he's been bottled up. It's one cut, he plants his foot in the ground, and boom, he is gone.
Burchard on to attempt the extra point. Simmons to hold. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up and blocked by Blake Arnold. So no good on the extra point, but with 9:32 to go here in the third quarter, Meadville has extended its lead to 27-0 over Warren. You're watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookville Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookville Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookvilleglove.com and like us on Facebook. Chris Rossetti here to tell you a little bit about All-American Awards and Engraving in Chippenville. When I first met Jim Carroll in 2006, All-American Awards and Engraving was just getting started. Since then, the company has grown into the area's premier shop for embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, graphic design work, and personalized gift ideas. As Jim has always said, they'll put almost anything on almost everything, and they really do mean that. Give them a call today at 814-782-6264.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
We are back here at War Memorial Field. Brian Hagberg alongside Andy Close for D9 and 10sports.com. Meadville has extended its lead to 27-0 over Warren. Chaz Chambers kicks off. Ethan Wilson fields it at the 20. And then is met across the 30 at the 33. We've got a flag in late. But that was Griffin Buzzell came up with a big stop there on the return. We'll see what the penalty's about.
Yeah, not sure what that is. Boy, we've seen some big hits out of the Bulldogs tonight, that's for sure.
Looks like a chop block there on the Dragons. So they were going to have the ball at the 33. They're going to get backed up here. And for a Warren offense that's trying to find something to get going, losing field position is not the way you want to get the drive started.
Yep, not good. Fifth penalty on the Dragons tonight for 30 yards. And if you're Meadville, this is exactly the start you wanted to the second half. And if you're Warren, you got to make something happen now. You're a little bit behind the 8 ball with 9:27 to go in the third quarter.
So the penalty backs the Dragons up to their own 18. That's where they will take over their first possession of the second half here. And we have Landon Douglas in at quarterback for Warren. We saw him hook up with Tommy Nyquist earlier in the game. Douglas take the snap, looking back to pass. He fires over the middle, looking for Donovan Fiskus, and there is a flag there. There was some contact before the ball got there from Lyons Glover. So you see Douglas comes in, and the Dragons immediately go to the air and get something positive out of it.
Yep, trailing down 4 scores. It's still early in the third quarter, but you're going to have to get that passing game going. And we've seen from Landon Douglas over the course of, in his snaps this season and last season, he's a kid that's not afraid to come in and sling the ball around a little bit.
So that penalty will put the Dragons back where they would have started on the initial return now, out to the 33. And that will be 1st and 10 now for Warren. And Douglas remains in at quarterback. Looking to throw. Escapes pressure for a minute. And then runs right into the waiting arms of Clayton Hope. And that will back the Dragons up for a 4-yard loss. As Hope gets Douglas.
We've seen that with Micah Passmore, too, when he looks to step up in the pocket and take off and run with it. Douglas trying to do the same thing there. But, that worked once for Passmore in the first half. But other than that, this Meadville defense has protected against the scrambling ability of the quarterbacks.
So it looks like the Dragons have gone to a switch here, at least for the time being. Douglas remains at quarterback. Passmore is split out as a wide receiver. Douglas to throw. Was trying to find Swanson there on the far sideline, but looked like he was running into his offensive lineman, had to change the arm position a little bit, and couldn't get a clean pass off.
Yep, it's not a bad move. Obviously, you keep Micah Passmore on the field and his superb athleticism. You get Landon Douglas in there, in the shotgun under center, a natural thrower of the football, and the Dragons looking for a spark here offensively, and we'll see if it pays off for them.
3rd and 14 here for Warren. Douglas in the gun. He takes the snap under pressure immediately, tries to escape but cannot, and that was Buzzell and number 54 Robert Bailey in on the stop there. Douglas is sacked again, and the Dragons will be forced to punt.
Yep, and unfortunately for Landon Douglas, he did not have much of a chance on that one. Under duress immediately, forcing the punting situation. But we'll see if that's something the Dragons stick with here in the second half, with Passmore moving out to receiver and Duvalis in a quarterback.
It looks like Duvalis is maybe a little bit more refined as a passer, Andy, but he doesn't have quite that escapability that Passmore gives you. So Ziegler back on to punt, and this one is blocked by Bazell, and Meadville picks it up. That's Foot falling on it, and the Bulldogs will take over inside the Dragon 10-yard line.
They have been threatening to do that several times tonight. Ziegler just getting the punt off on several occasions. That time, the Bulldogs catch up to him and get set up with a very short field here.
So Bazell comes in for the block. Foot falls on it at the 7. Meadville takes over. 7:52 to go, third quarter. They lead 27-0 and have a first and goal from the 7-yard line. It is Simmons and Bazell in the backfield. Burchard under center. The give is to Bazell up the middle. He tries to duck down and squirt through. Picks up about 2 yards there down to the 5.
Yeah, and if you're Meadville here, if you score, do they think about going for 2 and potentially get the running clock going? But the Dragon defense obviously looking for a big stop here to negate that.
Second and goal from the 5 here for Meadville, looking to extend their lead after the block punt. And the give is to Bazell. He's got some space, makes a man miss, tries to stretch out, and he's going to be just short. They mark him down at the 1, so it'll be third and goal here for Meadville. And again, Andy, this is a place where if you're the Dragons, you've got to find a way to get a stop here.
Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Bazell doing all he can there, stretching out there just short, but nevertheless it sets up a 1 yard out from the end zone here.
And it definitely looks like Meadville's trying to reward Bazell for blocking that punt. They've given it to him twice here, and he gets it again for the third time. Looked like maybe there was some miscommunication on the handoff, and Bazell had to fall on it, but he is short of the goal line, so it will be fourth down for Meadville.
And, you'd have to imagine this is not even thinking about kicking a field goal here, or that they would try and get, a touchdown on the board here, being set up with first and goal at the 7 after the blocked punt.
Fourth and goal here from the 1. Meadville leading 27-0 over Warren. We're just about 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Meadville looking to essentially put the game out of reach. Dragons looking for a stop. The pitch is to Simmons around the right side, and Simmons is in for the 4th time tonight, but there is a flag down. There is a late flag on the play, so we'll see if this one counts or if we're going to have to do it again.
So we'll wait and see on the flag.
We've got a personal foul against Meadville. Did they call that an illegal crackback, Andy?
I believe that was the call. Yep, either a low block or chop block or a crackback block.
Either way, it backs the Bulldogs up all the way to the 16.
Yep, so that's the second time a touchdown has been called back for Meadville tonight. The first time they were still able to find the end zone, but a more difficult situation here with 4th and goal now from the 17-yard line.
So Meadville will try to punch it in again here. Bazell in motion. Burchard still holding it, going to try to run for it. He's got some space. Can he get there? No. Micah Passmore comes up with the stop at the 5. And, Andy, we talked about it. Somehow the Dragons found a way. Now can they take advantage of it offensively?
Yep, and that's the key. Aided by the penalty, obviously they're able to get off the field without giving up points. As we're halfway through this third quarter now, and 27-0. We'll see if the Dragons stick with what they came out with to start the second half, which is Landon Duvalis at quarterback and Passmore out at receiver.
I do see Duvalis is on the field right now, so we'll see And if he's going to take the snaps again, and Andy, we talked about it. He's a little bit more refined as a passer, and when you're trailing 27-0, you feel like you need to go to the air a little bit. You get a little bit more refined passer out there, but you still have Passmore's athleticism on the outside. So it is Douglas in the gun, looking to throw, got time, over the middle, looking for Nyquist again, threw it a little bit behind him. It also appeared as though he might have had Ben White coming over the middle on a post pattern starting to come free if he'd have held it for one more second.
Yep. We've seen Nyquist on the field a lot here for the Dragons, and Ben White, not a reception yet tonight, but you see him, a kid that's able to create separation at the line of scrimmage, and he's been open a few times so far. We'll see if the Dragons can hit him.
So, and that was one of those times that, the offensive line for Warren gave Douglas some time to throw, and he was a little off target on that one. And those are those instances where, as a quarterback, when you do finally get that time, you need to take advantage of it. But it is second down now. Douglas pointing out the pressure, and he throws. Was looking for Fiskus there on the far side, and Douglas almost short-armed that one a little bit.
Yeah, but I think there's probably a little bit of nerves going on there for Landon Douglas too. We've seen he's not new to this. He has gotten reps, at the varsity level, but this is a little bit different of a situation here.
And again, Andy, the Dragons are down big here in the third quarter, but you got to wonder, this deep in your own territory, if you don't try to hand the ball off to Swanson or do something with Passmore to get the ball in his hands, maybe without the throw, just to try to get something going. But the Dragons unsure what they're going to do here. They take a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout with them here. You are watching high school football on D910sports.com.
Looking to outfit your team with a quick turnaround time? Then give BGM Custom Wears by Brookfield Glove a try. At BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove, we believe businesses, individuals, and teams should be able to represent themselves at a reasonable price. We have access to thousands of different products like hats, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, bags, and more from your favorite brand. We also do screen printing, embroidery, and engraving. BGM Custom Wear by Brookfield Glove can be reached at 814-849-7324 or check us out online at brookfieldglove.com and like us on Facebook.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D910sports.com radio network.
And welcome back here to War Memorial Field. Brian Hagberg alongside Andy Close for D910sports.com. Meadville leads Warren 27-0, 5:38 to go, third quarter. Warren facing a 3rd and 10 from its own 5 after getting a stop on 4th down. Douglas back to pass, under pressure to screen to Swanson. Swanson bounces off one tackler, spins away from another, stays on his feet, and he will have enough for the Dragons' first down.
Well, I love that play call there for the Dragons. I get it's not conventional, backed up 3rd and 10 at your own 3, but that's a quick, easy pass for Douglas to get the ball in the hands of one of your best playmakers, and Swanson does the rest, picking up a big first down.
Big first down there for Swanson, gets out to the 17-yard line, so a 12-yard pickup for Swanson on the screen pass. Has the Dragons with a first down now. Douglas in the gun, Swanson to his left. 2 receivers split to each side, and Douglas does hand it to Swanson, who spins away and gets out to the 19. So a 2-yard pickup there for Swanson, but we talked about, now get some of those guys some touches. Swanson's had the ball in his hands twice now and picked up positive yards for the Dragons.
And that is James Swanson. After a heavy workload in the first quarter, that is his first carry since the first quarter.
2nd and 8 here for Warren. Douglas in the gun, Swanson to his right. 2 receivers split to each side. Douglas back to pass, under pressure, has Passmore out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And it is a first down for Warren, so we talked about it. Dragons trying to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. A couple times to Swanson. Now they go to Passmore, and they got 2 first downs.
Yeah, and Micah Passmore is a natural athlete. We saw that his freshman, sophomore years. They found ways to get him on the field. This is nothing new for him. He's just a kid that's going to make plays wherever you line him up on the football field.
1st and 10 for Warren from their own 27-yard line as we approach 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Dragons trail Meadville 27-0. Duvelos now has 3 receivers to the far side. Drops back to pass, under pressure, looking and almost picked off by Meadville. That was a big number 52, Matt Edbo there. Probably should have had that one going the other way.
Yep, and Duvelis looking for Donovan Fiskus on that one. You like how he's looking at a number of different receivers, Swanson, Passmore, that time Fiskus, so not afraid to come in and spread the ball around.
And so there was a penalty on the play there. I did not see the flag come down on the far side of the field, but there was a penalty against Meadville, and that's going to give Warren another first down, and now they are out to the 42-yard line. So 15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs there.
7th penalty of the game for Meadville for 80 yards.
Gives Warren new life here with 3:51 to go in the third quarter. Duvelis now takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw. Over the middle, looking for Tommy Nyquist. Was a bit over his head. There was some contact there, but I think that pass was a little bit too high for Nyquist to get the call on that one.
Yeah, a little too high for Nyquist. And again, it's 4th straight pass for Duvelis, the 4th different receiver he has targeted. So, a lot of times you see a young quarterback come into the football game, they'll lock in on one guy or, the number one guy on the route. But Duvelis not doing that so far. We've seen him miss on some throws, but he's going through his progressions, which you like to see.
2nd and 10 here for Warren. Wilson's the lone split man to the near side, 3 receivers far side. Duvelis with Swanson to his left, takes a snap, drops back to pass. Looking, now he'll roll to his right. Still looking, fires down the field. Had a man breaking on the ball that was Passmore, but Passmore couldn't quite get back to that one. So it will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Dragons.
Nevertheless, though, not a bad throw on the run there from Duvelis. And we've seen the Dragons, outside the one carry from Swanson, go almost exclusively to the air here with Duvelis. And that's not the easiest thing in the world for a guy to come into the game to do. You're cold, and you just come in and start chucking the ball over the field. But, Landon Duvelis is showing some things here in the third quarter.
So we'll see what they do here on 3rd and 10. The last time they were facing a 3rd and 10, they ran that little screen pass to Swanson. He picked up 12 yards on it. You got to think the Bulldogs are going to be pinning their ears back and coming after Duvelis on this play. And there is pressure. Duvelis steps up, fires down the middle. He's got Nyquist wide open. But again, Duvelis just a bit high. Nyquist got his hands on it but couldn't quite reel it in. So it is 4th down for the Dragons.
And again, I know that's a win for the Meadville defense, obviously. But, Landon Duvelis showing some escapability there. And, those are tough throws to make when you're on the run like that. And but the more reps he gets here, I think the more you'll see him settle in.
So Ziegler on to punt again. The last time he punted, the kick was blocked. We'll see if he gets this one away. Snap is back. Ziegler does. They get a line drive punt. Bounces down. Simmons going to let it roll. It goes inside the 20. Still going down inside the 15, and it will stop at the 14-yard line. So a good kick there from Ziegler after the last one was blocked.
Yeah, you could tell Simmons thought about picking that up. I think he wanted to pick it up, but Ethan Wilson right there for the Dragons. Probably a wise decision there from Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, we talked about it. We noticed that last week also. Dakota Cole for Oil City had a similar moment. Those playmakers, every time the ball's near them, they want to pick it up and just try to make something happen. But
and you can't blame them. We've seen the explosiveness of Isaiah Simmons tonight. He's a threat to score every time he touches the ball.
So Kalon Simmons there does let it go, and Meadville takes over on their own 14. And the give is to Simmons up the middle. And he spins away And that was Ziegler holding on to Simmons' ankles there for dear life to keep him from getting anything more. But it is enough for a first down all the way out to the 25, an 11-yard pickup for Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons up now to 125 yards on the ground, and, of course, the 3 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. So just another night of the office for Isaiah Simmons in this Meadville rushing attack.
First and 10 here for Meadville. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Meadville leads Warren 27-0. And the give is to Lyons Glover, and he's got some space. Lyons Glover spins away and is out. Looks like he'll be just shy of the 40. But again, another big run for the Bulldogs, enough for another first down, and they're out to the 39.
And Tamaj Lyons Glover now 95 yards combined, rushing and receiving. When they do go to the passing game, he seems to be the back that they go to, and obviously, as we've seen tonight, a big threat in the running game as well.
So another first down for Meadville here. They're out to their 39-yard line. 2:20 to go third quarter. And the give is to Simmons up the middle. Simmons has space. It's a foot race, and Simmons is going to win that one. He goes 61 yards. Kalon Simmons for the Meadville touchdown.
Well, I'm sold. Brian, we've had the opportunity to see some pretty special backs here in back-to-back weeks. Cam Russell last week for Oil City, and Kalon Simmons just putting on a show tonight for Meadville.
61-yard touchdown run for Kalon Simmons there, his 4th of the ball game, with 2:02 to go here in the third quarter. Burchard on for the extra point. His last extra point attempt was blocked. Kick is up, and this one is no good. So Burchard got the kick off, but it is no good. So 2:02 to go here in the third quarter. Meadville leads Warren 33-0. You're watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Swift Kennedy and Company in DuBois is an independent property and casualty insurance agency and the official insurance agency of D9and10sports.com. Founded in 1921 by Patrick J. Swift and Albert D. Kennedy, our success has been built on service and attention to our clients' needs. Our philosophy is service and our hallmark is integrity. Visit Swift Kennedy and Company on the web at swiftkennedyandco.com or call them today at 814-371-5270. Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921.
Founded in 1998, Borger and Horsley, attorneys and counselors at law, is located at 301 Market Street in Warren, in one of Warren's stately Victorian homes. Our firm takes great pride in providing legal service in a personal and caring manner. Contact us today at 814-723-5030.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And welcome back in here to War Memorial Field. Brian Hagberg alongside Andy Close here for D9and10sports.com. Kalon Simmons has just scored his 4th touchdown of the game. This one a 61-yard run to put Meadville in front 33-0 here. 2:02 to go, third quarter. Meadville just about set to kick off. Chaz Chambers handles the kickoff duties. Ben White is back deep for the Dragons along with Donovan Fiskus and Ethan Wilson. And the kick is away, and it will be Wilson at the 20-yard line. Wilson is met by Lyons Glover and Gavin Longstreth there. Or excuse me, no, that was number 13, Alex Mcallister. He's been in a lot of tackles tonight, but they stop Wilson after a 10-yard return.
Yeah, we're really impressed with the physicality of this Meadville team tonight. We've seen it in all aspects of the game. Their offensive line, downhill blocking, a lot of big hits defensively, and in the return game, they've really contained Wilson and White.
Warren takes over here, 1st and 10 from their own 30. And, Andy, with the Dragons trying to come back, those 2 missed extra points now save some time for Warren. It's only 33-0, so we don't have the running clock quite yet. Dragons still have some time. They've been almost exclusively through the air here in the second half. So Warren's trying to do everything they can to extend this ball game.
Yep, and you saw Landon Duvalis get into a little bit of a rhythm there in the last drive. We'll see what he can do here.
Okay, so we've got to delay a game out of the gate here for the Dragons. Not a good start, so that'll back them up 5 yards, make it 1st and 15 from the 25.
So that's the 6th penalty on the Dragons tonight for 55 yards.
Warren resets here. Duvalis in the gun. Swanson to his right. 2 receivers each side. Duvalis back to pass. He's looking for Passmore, who has it. Tries to escape, but he is stopped after about a 8-yard pickup, looks like. We'll bring up a 2nd and 7, but still not a bad play for Warren on a 1st and 15.
Yep, and again, smart there from Duvalis to turn to Passmore, the quarterback turned receiver here tonight. And again, he's a kid, as I alluded to on the last drive, he's going to make plays. He's going to make plays for you wherever you line him up.
2nd and 7 here for the Dragons. Duvalis back to pass, and he throws it out to Passmore again in the flat. Passmore trying to get around the edge. Looks like he's got knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 4 here for Warren.
So once again, Duvalis looking for Passmore, and again, not a bad strategy. We've seen a couple of, Greg Miller dial up some high percentage pass plays here for Duvalis. To kind of settle him in here late in the 3rd quarter.
3rd and 4 for the Dragons. We have about 35 seconds here to go in the 3rd quarter. And Duvalis back in the gun. And tried to draw Meadville offsides, and looks like he did. And the penalty yardage should be enough to give Warren the 1st down. And it is. So Dragons get out to the 41, and that is a 1st down. And there's nothing more high percentage about drawing the team offsides to get you the 1st down.
No, but we talked a little bit of Passmore with the hard count there in the first half. Duvalis pulls it off here in the 3rd quarter.
Okay, so 15 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Duvalis now has trips to his right, Swanson to his left. Back to pass. Got time, looking down the sideline. He's got a man. And it is caught on the sideline. That was Nyquist on the catch. Nyquist caught the ball, got run into by Passmore.
So Nyquist, a freshman, Passmore playing receiver for the first time this season. You'll have a little bit of that, but nevertheless a very positive play for the Dragons.
Is enough for a 1st down for Warren, and they're into Meadville territory here at the Bulldogs 42 with 7 seconds to go in the quarter. And Duvalis with a quick throw to Passmore in the flat, could not hang on. So it is an incomplete pass there for Duvalis on 1st down with 4 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And Andy, we touched on it a little earlier, but the rain has started to fall here a little bit at War Memorial Field, so we'll see how this affects the game going forward.
Yep, we thought it might get here at halftime, but we've gotten all the way here to the end of the 3rd quarter. Just a very light rain here right now. You've seen folks starting to get their umbrellas out.
2nd and 10 for the Dragons here at the Meadville 42. Warren trails 33-0. Duvalis drops back, has some time, goes over the middle, looking for Nyquist, too high, and then Bazell just leveled Nyquist. Welcome to varsity football, young man. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter, as Meadville leads Warren 33-0. You are watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Looking for a new or used car or truck? Then look no further than Nolf Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City. Nolf's selection of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck brands, coupled with an assortment of used vehicles, provide customers a wide variety of buying options. They have the vehicle you need at the price you can afford. Nolf's service and parts team of highly qualified technicians is focused on providing exceptional service in a timely manner, and its body shop can't be beat. Visit Nolf's online at nolfdodge.com, like them on Facebook, or stop by and see what they have to offer.
Since 1983, Computer Support and Associates in Clarion has provided the best computing services, offering technology solutions for small to medium-sized businesses and for home users. We provide computer sales and repair services, business software solutions, and IT services in Clarion and the surrounding areas. With over 30 years of serving our community, you can expect nothing but the best services from Computer Support and Associates. Find out more at computersup.com or call them at 814-226-7456. Computer Support and Associates, solutions through technology, value through experience.
And welcome back in here to War Memorial Field. Just about to start the fourth quarter here. Meadville leads Warren 33-0. Dragons have a 3rd and 10 from the Meadville 42. Landon Douglas has a man down the sideline. It's Passmore, and Passmore turned. Looked like he initiated some contact trying to draw the penalty there. If he just stuck with the route, maybe Passmore has the catch.
Yeah, and, once again, Micah Passmore, into receiver here in the second half as Duvalis takes over a quarterback. Now you have a 4th and 10 situation from Meadville 42, and I have to imagine the Dragons trailing 33-0 are going to go for this, and indeed the offense is remaining out on the field.
So this is the early part of the fourth quarter, brought to you by Warren Tire Center. Dragons face a 4th and 10 from the Meadville 42. They are trailing the Bulldogs 33-0. Douglas back in the gun, takes a snap. Bazell coming, but the pass is to Swanson in the flat. Swanson makes a man miss, has some space, and James Swanson is down to the 27, but that is enough for the Warren first down.
So that's a play that Greg Miller and Mark Morelli have loved to run since Morelli and his staff took over here 4 years ago. You used to see it with Marvin Bryant, and the like, and you see it here with Swanson in the second half, another big gainer.
So the Dragons do convert on 4th down. They now have a first down on the Meadville 27. And, Andy, this is, Warren looking for their first points since the second half of that game at Franklin.
Yeah, obviously a couple of very stout opponents in Oil City and Meadville tonight. Boy, you'd feel really good here if you're Warren, obviously, if you can are able to find the end zone.
Douglas takes the first down snap. Looking for a man, has Ben White on the sideline. White makes the catch and then is hit immediately by Chaz Chambers. White picks up, looks like about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. But again, on this possession, Warren getting a lot of positive plays, and that's something they hadn't done through most of the game.
Yeah, finding some success in the passing game. And, we've seen Ben White get his hands on the ball in the return game. His first reception here tonight comes early in the fourth quarter.
So it was a 5-yard pickup there for White, 2nd and 5 for the Dragons. Douglas drops back, fires for White again. White shakes a tackle, gets down inside the 10, still on his feet, and falls all the way down to the 5-yard line. Ben White making some moves, but there is a penalty flag on the field on the far side.
Yep, I think this one might be coming back.
And again, ineligible man downfield for the Dragons. Negates what was a very nice catch and run for Ben White.
Yep, I know I keep harping on it, but this is Ben White is a kid you want to get the ball in his hands, one of the fastest kids on this team. And, you can see what he can do when he gets his hands on the ball right there.
So the penalty backs the Dragons up to the Meadville 27.
The 7th penalty on the Dragons tonight, totaling 65 yards.
And so that takes them back to what had been the original line of scrimmage, makes it a 2nd and 10 now. Douglas looking for Passmore, juggles it, and makes the catch. Excuse me, that's Ethan Wilson. Makes the juggling catch after the ball was tipped. Picks up about 3 yards. Nice concentration there from Ethan Wilson.
Yep, I saw Lions Glover flying in there. Thought he might have a chance to intercept that, but as you said, Brian, a great job. Ethan Wilson's first reception, sticking with it there.
Andy, you got to wonder, this game's starting to feel a little bit out of reach for Warren, but with the way Douglas has been moving the offense, do they consider making this a permanent switch here?
I think it's something you have to consider. And again, Micah Passmore, you can line him up anywhere too, which helps.
Duvlas drops back under pressure, fires over the middle, was high, looking for Alex Borger there. Borger and Bazell converging.
So Meadville will have a chance to get off the field here. Well, they will anyway with a timeout.
Officials timeout. Looks like they're sending Bazell off the field. Maybe some blood there or something that he needs to get checked out. So quick timeout here. We're going to take it with him. You're watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Looking for full-service residential and commercial closing services? Then you've come to the right place when you come to Falcon Settlement in Hawthorne. At Falcon Settlement, we offer comprehensive closing services, title insurance, document preparation, title searches and reports, and judgment and lien searches. Falcon Settlement closes at your convenience with no attorney or settlement fees when closing in our office during normal business hours. Find out more at falconsettlement.com or call today at 814-365-5455. Falcon Settlement, a trusted partner in every step of the settlement process.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
So we're back here at War Memorial Field. Dragons facing a 4th and 6. Duvlas back to pass under pressure. They had the screen set up, but Dominic Foote sniffed that one out and nearly picked it off. But that will be a turnover on down, so a defensive stand there for Meadville.
And that is a play that has worked several times for the Dragons here in the second half. Credit to the Meadville defense. They make the adjustment and make the big stop there and keep the Dragons off the scoreboard here with 9:20 to go in the fourth quarter.
Meadville takes over on their own 23-yard line. They lead Warren 33-0 here. And one more scoring drive, Andy, and that will put the running clock in play and make it real difficult for the Dragons to find a way to come back. Burchard gives to Lyons Glover. Squeezes through. He's got some space. Picks up a block downfield. Lyons Glover turns on the Jets. He's trying to outrun Alex Borger, and he will. Tamaj Lyons Glover goes 77 yards for the Meadville touchdown.
This Meadville rushing attack, I'll tell you what, it's we've talked about it kind of, I feel, ad nauseum throughout the broadcast, but it's something special. And again, this offensive line doing a great job. We've seen it from Simmons tonight. That time it's Lyons Glover busting off the big run, and that will indeed get the mercy rule going here at 39-0, pending the extra point.
You know, and it seemed like Lyons Glover shifted into an extra gear there when he saw that he had Simmons downfield as a lead blocker. All of a sudden, he turned on those Jets and was just gone. So Meadville leads the offense, and looks like they're going to go for 2 here. And Burchard rolls to his right, fires, has a man in the end zone, but they can't connect. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Burchard was looking for Foote there. But nonetheless, Meadville does get the 77-yard run from Tamaj Lyons Glover, extends the lead, 39-0 now, 9:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. You're watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Looking for a new or used car or truck? Then look no further than Nolf Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City. Nolf's selection of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck brands, coupled with an assortment of used vehicles, provide customers a wide variety of buying options. They have the vehicle you need at the price you can afford. Nolf's service and parts team of highly qualified technicians is focused on providing exceptional service in a timely manner, and its body shop can't be beat. Visit Nolf's online at nolfdodge.com, like them on Facebook, or stop by and see what they have to offer.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
Welcome back here to War Memorial Field. Brian Hagberg alongside Andy Close for D9and10sports.com. Tamaj Lyons Glover with a 77-yard touchdown run has given Meadville a 39-0 lead over the Warren Dragons. 9:07 to go here, fourth quarter.
And with that run, Lyons Glover becomes the third Meadville player over 100 yards on the ground tonight, joining teammates Isaiah Simmons and Buzzard as well. Buzzard with 152, Lyons Glover 138, and Simmons 186.
So Meadville set to kick off here. Chaz Chambers handles the kickoff duties. Kick is away, and it is fielded by Ethan Wilson at the 24. Wilson spins away from one man, reverses field, looking for some space. Gets out across the 30 and then is taken down, and that's where the Dragons will take over.
So Wilson ends up about where he started there when he first got wrapped up, but nevertheless a nice elusive play there from the Dragon senior. And 8:57 to go here as the rain picks up a little bit, and we're going to have a running clock here for the remainder.
Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from their own 33, trailing 39-0. And again, Andy, if you're the Warren offense right now, you're just looking for something positive. Try to find a way to get into the end zone and end this scoring drought.
Yeah, and Duvalis over 100 yards through the air has thrown the ball 18 times in the second half.
And the rain is really starting to pick up now. Duvalis back to pass, pumps, pulls it down, runs up the middle, gets out to the 35. So a 2-yard pickup there for Landon Duvalis.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian, that was one heck of a pump fake there from Landon Duvalis. He had me fooled on that one. I thought he had thrown it, and tucks it and runs and picks up a couple.
2nd and 8 here from the 35. And again, the rain has started to fall here, so this may affect Duvalis in the passing game, which we've seen almost exclusively here in the second half. He is back to pass again under pressure, throws down the middle looking for Passmore, and it is picked off by Sam Burchard. Burchard going all the way, and Burchard with a pick 6 for Meadville, though there is a flag down. Burchard has the pick 6, but there is a flag down. I think this one is going to be coming back.
So that is the third touchdown that has been called back for Meadville tonight. Despite a big lead, that's something that's very frustrating.
So based on where the flag was thrown, looks like another illegal crackback block, but the interception should stand. Because that penalty was on the run back.
Looks like, we'll see where they mark it off from.
So it looks like the penalty was about at the 28, so they're going to back them up 15 from there. But that is where Meadville will take over, 1st and 10. So the interception for Burchard there. He doesn't get the pick 6, but the Bulldogs get the ball back, 1st and 10 from the Warren 44-yard line. And the give is to Bazell. He bounces off one tackle, tries to throw a stiff arm on Gage Schaefer there.
Yep, and we're going to have a face mask on the Dragons here.
Penalty on the Dragons and an injured Dragon player on the play. That's Jake Davidson, another one of those kids who came over in the Sheffield co-op. He is a senior, so you hate to see a senior down on the field with an injury like that. So as they tend to Davidson on the field, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
We are back here at War Memorial Field. Brian Hagberg alongside Andy Close for D9 and 10sports.com. And we would be remiss if we did not thank our partners over at Your Daily Local. Your Daily Local, daily news written by local journalists. The news you need when you need it at yourdailylocal.com. So Davidson did have to be helped off the field, but Meadville takes over 1st and 10. Burchard gives to Simmons up the middle. Simmons picks his way through, gets down to the 34-yard line. Or excuse me, the 26. So that will be a 5-yard pickup for Simmons.
And Simmons approaching 200 yards here on the ground, currently at 191.
Well, 191 for Simmons, and the rain continues to cascade here at War Memorial Field as we wind our way to 6:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Meadville with a 39-0 lead over the Dragons. Has a 2nd and 5 from the Warren 26. Burchard rolls out, being chased by Blake Arnold, and Burchard just kind of dumps it away there. Did have a man in the flats, but just threw it at Lyons Glover's feet.
Yeah, obviously not a big deal here with the running clock, but a little bit surprised Meadville went to the air there. Nevertheless, as we've talked about in these situations, it's for a run-heavy team, not a bad time to work on your passing game, and that's what Meadville was doing there on 2nd down.
3rd and 5 here for Meadville. We are under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Does ruin Burchard's perfect completion percentage, however. He's now 2 of 3.
Well, no, he had the miss on the 2-point conversion also. That went right through Foot's hands there. But nevertheless, the pitch is off to big hit there. Looks like maybe Lyons Glover on the carry is sandwiched by Blake Arnold and
Look at those Derek McMeans in there as well for the Dragons.
Yeah, and sorry, no, that was Kalon Simmons on the carry. Takes a big hit. And this is the danger, Andy, when you've still got your first string. Now, I mean, obviously Meadville doesn't have a large team as far as numbers, but, late in a game like this, you don't want to see one of your big playmakers like Kalon Simmons get hurt.
Absolutely not, and you'd have to imagine the Bulldogs will keep things very, very conservative here over the final 5 minutes.
So 5 minutes to go here, fourth quarter. Meadville facing a 4th and 2 from the Warren 23. And this time the give is to Lyons Glover. He squeezes his way through. Will have enough for the Meadville first down, and the drive continues while the rain starts to subside.
It was a brief shower, but kind of a heavy one there. As we roll under 5 minutes to go. Lyons Glover now up to 145 yards on the ground to go along with his 34 yards receiving and a touchdown.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Dragons 17. 4:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Meadville leading 39-0. Burchard gives to Bazell. Bazell plows his way down inside the 10 to the 9. For an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, nothing fancy there, just straight up power football, and the Bulldogs knocking on the door once again here late in the fourth quarter, leading 39-0.
2nd and 3 from the 9 for Meadville. Burchard with Simmons and Bazell in the backfield. And Burchard and Bazell run into each other, but they do get the handoff away, and Bazell trying to push his way into the end zone. There is a flag down. Bazell does not make it across the goal line, but we'll see what the penalty is here. Penalty came from the back judge on that.
Looks like it's going to be on the Bulldogs. Perhaps.
It is a face mask on the Dragons.
I stand corrected. That's what you get when you assume.
So
that is the 8th penalty on the Dragons. Meadville with 9.
So it'll be a 1st and goal from the 1 here for Meadville. 3:20 to go, 4th quarter. Bulldogs lead the Dragons 39-0. And the give is to Bazell, and he is in for the touchdown. Bazell, 1 yard. Meadville, touchdown, 3:12 to go, 4th quarter. They extend the lead 45-0 now.
So Simmons has found the end zone 4 times tonight. Lyons, Glover twice. Bazell says, hey, I want to get in on the action too, and he does here late in the 4th quarter.
So it'll be Burchard on for the extra point attempt here out of the Simmons hold. And Simmons bobbles the snap, picks it up. He's going to try to run it in and somehow escaped Alex Borger, had him by the jersey, and tried to swing him down, and Simmons nearly kept his feet there.
I thought for a moment there he might turn that into a 2-point conversion, but unable to keep his footing.
So the conversion is no good, but Meadville now has a 45-0 lead, 3:12 to go, 4th quarter. You're watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Chris Rossetti here to tell you a little bit about All-American Awards and Engraving in Chippenville. When I first met Jim Carroll in 2006, All-American Awards and Engraving was just getting started. Since then, the company has grown into the area's premier shop for embroidery, screen printing, and engraving, graphic design work, and personalized gift ideas. As Jim has always said, they'll put almost anything on almost everything, and they really do mean that. Give them a call today at 814-782-6264.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9 and 10sports.com radio network.
Welcome back in here to War Memorial Field. Brian Hagberg alongside Andy Close here for D9and10sports.com. And Griffin Bazell has just scored from 1 yard out to make it 45-0 Meadville. 3:12 to go here, 4th quarter. Meadville getting set to kick. Dragons set to receive. And again, Andy, you come into this point of the game, and outside of a second half surge at Franklin, the Warren offense has not been able to find the end zone this season.
No, and it's been tough sledding for the Dragon offense. Again, you understand the caliber of opponent and Connie at Oil City and Meadville. I mean, it's not sugarcoating it. They're all excellent football teams, but yeah, if you're the Dragons, you need to find someone to kind of get a spark going here on offense, because it's been a tough go for them.
Chambers set to kick. The kick is away, and it will be fielded by Ben White at the 16. And White going straight up the middle. Gets out across the 35. Looks like he got to about the 38 there, and that's where Warren will take over. And again, Andy, you have to wonder, they've moved the ball well in the second half here, going to Landon Duvlos at quarterback and throwing the ball around. You wonder if that's something they're going to maybe look at sticking with through the remainder of this season.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. They've had, to your point, they've had some success. Landon Duvlos, a young quarterback. Obviously, we've seen the talent.
Duvlos in the gun, drops back to pass, has a man on the sideline. That is Ethan Wilson. He is out to the 45. So an 8-yard pickup there, Duvlos to Wilson.
Wilson's second reception of the game for 11 yards.
And again, Andy, we talk about maybe Warren wants to make a change and stick with Duvlos, and this is not to knock on Micah Passmore, who's a phenomenal athlete. But again, if you're the Warren offense right now and offensive coordinator Greg Miller, you've got to find something that gets this offense into the end zone. Duvlos back to pass, under pressure, steps up, and he will escape. He has enough for the first down and then gets a big hit by number 52, Matt Eadbo. But Douglas stands in there and gets the first down.
Yep, and how many times have we said that tonight? A big hit from the Bulldogs. It's just a very, very physical football team. And back to your point, I think if this is the direction the Dragons may want to go looking forward, what makes that easier is the athletic ability of Passmore. You can line him up anywhere in this offense, and he's going to make plays for you.
It's a 1st and 10 for the Dragons here. Douglas back to pass, and he's looking for Ben White, who makes the catch. That ball looked like it was tipped by Bazell, but then White came up and scooped it for an 8-yard pickup. Ben White's had some nice catches here in the second half.
Yeah, Ben White is, and again, we've seen the passing game in the second half, and that means the receivers are going to be involved. You're seeing Ben White, you're seeing Ethan Wilson, good athletes, who, if you are going to go to the passing game more, I think you'll see and hear from them a lot more.
So we're under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 2 for the Dragons. Douglas back to pass. Under pressure. Fires down the sideline. He has Alex Borg. Open. Borg sprinting for the end zone. Hit there. Warren gets in with 45 seconds to go. Douglas lofts it up, and Alex Borger was all alone on the far sideline. Goes 43 yards for the Dragon touchdown.
And again, it's not going to change the outcome, but, first touchdown since the Franklin game, that gives you something very positive to build on if you're Warren going into next week against Titusville.
And Douglas, to his credit, stood in there, took a hit after he threw the ball, and got it out to Alex Borger. Was all alone. I think he got lost in the coverage there because there was nobody within 10 yards of him when he caught that ball.
Ziegler on to attempt the extra point.
Ziegler counting players as somebody runs on late for the Dragons here. And it will be Carter Pascuzzi to hold the snap. Goes to Ziegler, who throws, and is picked up by Kalon Simmons. So a little bit of trickery there for the Dragons. A direct snap to Ziegler, who was trying to find Borger, but Simmons sniffed it out and picked it off.
And why not if you're, Isaiah? It's capping or Kalon Simmons, excuse me, capping just a phenomenal night. 4 touchdowns, just shy of 200 yards on the ground, and with a very athletic interception there in the 2-point attempt. Putting a pretty good down payment on our Allegheny Gorilla Foxburg player of the game.
I was just going to say, Andy, we do have the Jim Kelly player of the game powered by Allegheny Gorilla Foxburg to announce here in the postgame. But like you said, for the first time since the second half of their game at Franklin in week 2, Warren gets in the end zone. It's a 43-yard pass from Landon Douglas to Alex Borger. It does end that lengthy scoring drought here for the Dragons as they'll get set to kick with 45 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. And, Andy, I can't imagine that Meadville is going to be in any hurry to run a play after the kickoff.
Nope, and that might end up being the last play of the game. Well, I guess, no, Meadville will have to run a play. I think Meadville will have to run a play, but just the one here with 45 seconds to go, and the clock will start.
So Ziegler
once they set the ball.
Ziegler set to kick. Simmons back deep. Lions Glover going to move back with him. And Ziegler kicks. It is fielded at the 31 and immediately down. So 43 seconds to go. And we'll see if Meadville has to run a play here.
And looking ahead for Meadville, they have Conneaut at Conneaut next week. And you want to talk about an intriguing football game in Region 8. 2 very similar football teams. That should be a good one up in Linesville.
Yeah, and you're looking at seeding now here out of Region 8 for Meadville and Conneaut. As Oil City did claim the region crown last night with their win over Titusville. And Meadville will have to snap the ball one time. The game clock's at 25, play clock at 14. And so Burchard takes the knee, and that will do it here from War Memorial Field. Meadville comes away with the Region 8 victory, 45-6 over the Warren Dragons. And stick with us as we will be naming the Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg, and that is on the Rehab Center postgame show. You're watching high school football on D9and10sports.com.
Hi, this is Chris Rossetti from D9and10sports.com. If you're like me, you may have experienced some aches and pains like a sore back, a stiff neck, or a wonky knee. Well, I've got the place for you. The Rehab Center with 6 convenient locations, including in Brookville, Clarion, and Katanning, is the place to go. The friendly staff and knowledgeable doctors will get you back in the game quicker than quick. I know, I've been going to them since 2009. So the next time your back, neck, knee, shoulder, or anything else acts up, call them for an appointment at 724-478-1501.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
You're listening to High School Sports on the D9and10sports.com radio network.
And welcome in here to the Rehab Center postgame show on D9and10sports.com. Brian Hagberg and Andy Close here with you, where Meadville has just defeated Warren 45-6. And Andy, it is time to name the Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg. And who is our Player of the Game this evening?
Well, I will spare you the suspense. It's Isaiah Simmons. Or not Isaiah, Kalen Simmons. Kalon Simmons. Sorry, Kalon. I'm struggling here. Nevertheless, a vaunted Meadville rushing attack, and Simmons led the way. Came into the game top 5 in District 10 in rushing, and he's going to stay there. 191 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns. Kalon Simmons, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg Player of the Game. And just to run through some quick stats and the scoring summary here, it was Simmons with a 49-yard run at the 8:39 mark of the first quarter. That made it 7-0, and it was Simmons again with a 15-yard run in the first quarter at the 125 mark to make it 14-0. In the second quarter, the only score of the game came with a Burchard touchdown pass to Lyons Glover. That was with just 7 seconds to go before the half to make it 21-0 Bulldogs. In the third quarter, it was a pair of Simmons touchdown runs, a 16-yarder and a 61-yarder at the 9:32 and 2:02 marks, respectively. In the fourth quarter, Lyons Glover broke free on a 77-yard run at the 9:07 mark. Buzzle got in the end zone at the 3:12 mark on a 1-yard run in the fourth quarter. And the Dragons got on the board late with 45 seconds left. Landon Duvalis connecting with Alex Borger on a 43-yard touchdown pass. Once again, Simmons with 191 yards on the ground. Lyons Glover 145 and Buzzle 161 for the Bulldogs. Burchard completed 2 passes for 34 yards and a touchdown to Lyons Glover. For the Dragons, Landon Duvalis was 11 of 23 through the air for 118 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Alex Borger, 4 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. James Swanson, 8 carries for 25 yards. Micah Passmore, 9 for 15. Passmore, 3 receptions for 21 yards. Ben White, 2 for 13. Ethan Wilson, 2 for 11. James Swanson, 2 for 32. And Tommy Nyquist, 2 for 40.
All right, so thank you, Andy, for the stats tonight. Our stats tonight were brought to you by Park Avenue Motor Car. Have a fender bender, we can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. And the scoring summary was brought to you by All-American Awards and Engraving. We'll put almost anything on almost everything. And again, our Jim Kelly Player of the Game, powered by the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg, goes to Kalon Simmons, 191 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, had an interception as well. Congratulations to Kalon Simmons. And we thank you for tuning in to the Rehab Center postgame show here on D9and10sports.com. For Andy Close, this is Brian Hagberg saying thank you for watching and have a great night, everybody.